Hey yo, welcome forward for another one. Thank you for joining everyone. I give thanks you can hear me nice and clearly. I just had to come out tonight to, just keep on the communication with all of the people and share some clarity in these times. Right now I'm out here swinging in this hammock. I came out to train tonight. So before I get into the further activation, I'm going to be speaking to you. So, speaking about solitude now, solitude is a true gift of the soul. Soul eye, the soul eye, the eye of the soul, attuned into the eye of the soul. And it can be a challenge in this world to be solitary, and at the same time, it's pleasant. And at the same time, we're often left with no choice, because when we start to truly awaken and attune to the true nature of the world around us, the true nature of creation, and to the presence of the omni-being, the creator Amen, we become estranged to the wayward ways of the world around us. We want no parts of it. And then in some ways we become ostracized, sometimes by others outside of ourselves, other times by ourselves internally. We choose the ostracization simply because it's just a much more pleasant sensation being in our own companionship. It's a challenge because we're here to be omnified creatures, beings of creation. As you may understand the term unified, we go into language and spelling, wording, and you will hear me say sometimes in these broadcasts different words that are not commonly spoken, such as omnified or omniversity instead of unified or university. And we go into the explanation of these things and the reasoning behind it in our private courses. But we're here to be unified beings that work in cooperation with each other. That's why so-called corporations run the world. We're supposed to be working in cooperation with each other. But those who seek to run the world for malevolent purposes, or for bad, as we would say, they cooperate with each other simply to do badness. But when it comes to people who truly have love in their heart and power, strength to materialize for the goodness of the world, generally we don't come together in such form and fashion. And so one has put together the omniversity so that we can not only have to simply be in solitude, but we can have others communally. Some are in the community physically, others are distant family, extended family, but still in the community mentally, emotionally, soulfully and heartfully, spiritually and energetically. We strengthen ourselves, we give ourselves, let's say, reflections, or I'm thinking of the best word to use to define what this is. Or we just give ourselves accountability in each other and through each other, ultimately. That's what I'm trying to say. We give each other accountability through each other's presence. And that gives us the drive to push and achieve and bring out, say what we're going to do, and do what we say we're going to do, and do it not for ourselves but for one another. This is what we've lost. Now, solitude, soul eye, tune into the eye of the soul and the creator. This is a true gift when we separate ourselves from the madness of the world out and around us, because, well, energetic infiltration and pollution is real, people. Sometimes you be feeling so good, then you go out into the world and all of a sudden you don't feel so great anymore, because your energetic state has been infiltrated by the position or condition of things around you. And you may not have learned sufficiently how to energetically fortify yourself, mentally fortify yourself. It's just like catching a virus physically. You haven't learned to physically fortify your immune system. You also have an energetic immune system, a mental immune system, and all of these things we touch in deeper depth in the Omniversity. I only come out for a short period of time speaking in these videos because, well, there's only so much that can be garnered from one espousing verbiage and speaking. It's all about active participation in the process to bring you to the experience of the Omni being within you, and then everything one says will just make sense and ring even more true when it comes through, my beautiful people. But the beauty of Solitude Soul I Tune is that we separate from the things that can energetically infiltrate us. We start to come into tune with the natural rhythm of who we are. And when we start to do this and spend time in the natural realm as well, in nature, whatever nature settings we have around us, we start to become attuned to that vibration and that station also. And then the more and more we refine ourselves in this light, in this wave as in brain wave function, we start to attract, as you may say, or bring forth into our reality other people who are on the same station. They naturally come forth as we attune to it, you see? And this is what we're coming forth again with the Omniversity to do, so we can study, activate, electrify, rise and shine out of the darkness of this era of mankind, and, well, bring sight and vision to the blind. The inner eye, zero eye. Once this eye opens, well, this eye never closed, but once we become aware of the state of the openness of this eye, the soul eye tune, yeah, everything forms to perfection, and in swarms the beauty of our reality forms according to what is within us. So without saying too much, my beautiful people, be in touch via direct message on the social medias, or you can send your email to onesolarnation@gmail.com. You can go ahead and click the links in the description of this video. I'll go ahead and post it in the comments too, and enroll for the Omniversity to learn more. We've got a lot more coming, but we're starting off with the educational packages, just so that we can really start elevating our state as creation intended, to the space that the Creator intended us to be in when we came here. Alright? See you next time. Aha, man, words do not do justice to how great it is to be out and about with nobody else around, no eyes looking and projecting things that are unpleasant energetically. Woo!